Today's problem was sent in by a viewer, and it says, find the highest common factor of the following polynomials. 2x cubed plus 3x squared plus 3x plus 1, and x cubed minus x squared minus x minus 2. Okay, this is not the kind of question I'm not even sure exactly what I know, what it means by highest common factor or greatest common factor of polynomials. But maybe we can work out an appropriate definition. So highest common factor or greatest common factor? I don't know. What does like if we just write out the factorization of these things, do the factors of the polynomials have to be, I suppose they have to be integer coefficients. But then what is the ordering that you're implying between two polynomials? How do you know if one polynomial is higher than another? Do you go by order and then by coefficients or something? So I'm not sure exactly what the question's asking, but let's see if we can come up with a reasonable answer. First thing to do is to try and factor some of these polynomials. This would be, they're both cubic, so there isn't if we can find a root to one of these polynomials, or both of them, that would certainly help. So looking at this one, there will be a positive value of x, which is a root. Will it be an integer? If x equals 1, we have 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 2, which is still negative. What about 2? I think that looks like it works. 8 minus 4 minus 2 minus 2. So this is equal to x minus 2 times x squared plus 1 is it like that? X cubed plus x squared minus 2x squared plus x minus 2x. Yeah, okay. And then this, does that have factors? Is this the one that gives the golden ratio? No, not quite. Well, let's see if that is a factor of that. So if I just write x squared plus x plus 1 and multiply by ax plus b, in fact, you can see right away that b will have to be equal to 1. And if I multiply this by 2x plus 1, this gives 2x cubed plus x squared plus 2x squared. X plus 2x plus 1. Okay, so the greatest common factor, I guess, is this, x squared plus x plus 1. What I'll say here is that x squared plus x plus 1 is a factor of both polynomials. But I still don't know what it means by highest common factor when you're talking about polynomials. Maybe that is a well-defined notion. Maybe by highest, it simply means the degree of the polynomial. But who's to say that this, is this higher than this? Like this one has a greater coefficient. But of course, I could just divide this whole thing by 2 and multiply that thing by 2, and we still get factors. I guess it means integer coefficients, and then maybe you do have a nice well-defined ordering of these things. You go by degree first and then leading coefficient second or something like that. But in any case, I'm sure that this is the intended answer to this question because it is a factor of both polynomials. It took more or less guess and check to figure this out. Looking at this and doing some simple analysis in my head, when x is equal to 0, it results in something negative, but it's a positive coefficient in the highest power. So there's definitely a positive root to this. And because it's like an algebra type question, I'm more concerned with integer or at least rational roots. So, I just tried in my head to look for a few integer roots of this, and x is equal to 2 happens to be a root. And well, that looks like a pretty high factor, whatever the word high happens to mean in this context. So I just tested to see whether it's a factor of this thing, and what do you know, it is. So yeah, don't have any more to say about this one. It was a nice little exercise, even though in my mind I wasn't even completely sure what was being asked, but this seems like a perfectly reasonable answer to this question. So I'll just leave it at that. Thanks for the submission. Thanks for watching.